You're listening to 91 Reasons, a journey into the twisted landscape of pop culture. Keep your hands and arms inside the podcast at all times. And now, the voice, Jeff Tucker.
All right, so Rachel got a job in Fullerton, which is a couple cities over from where we live in Buena Park, and it's what was it like? It's like 6 miles, right?
No, it's like 10.
10 miles.
It takes like 35 minutes plus because of traffic.
Okay, so
Far.
Okay, so it's far. That being said, you have to have a car. You work Monday through Friday.
Yes.
Now, I only work 3 of the weekdays. The other 2 I have off because I work weekends, right?
Yes, so you got it easy at least.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got it real easy.
You only have 3 days to deal with.
In the week,
Yes.
I still have to work the weekend. That's still 5 days.
You have a car. I'm talking about car-wise.
Yeah, so 3 days out of the week, I don't have a car.
Right.
So when you started working, I started walking to work, which I despise because it takes me back to living in Riverside, which is what I call living 30 minutes ahead. That's how you have to look at the life. You have to go, oh, it's 9 o'clock. If I left now, I'd be at work by 9:30. So 30 minutes ahead. You have no time to eat breakfast because you've got to get on the road. You've got to go. I've been walking to work, eating breakfast on the way because I'm simply out of time. I've got to get there, right? So I decided I was going to buy a bicycle. Perfect solution, right? So I went shopping for bikes. I guess I'm old. Like, all the bikes in the store look like these mountain bikes where you have to hunch over to hold the handlebars, or a lot of them are like, and you know, my kids would go crazy because some of the bikes are gendered. Like, this is a girl's bike. Remember I saw that bike and I was like, what makes it a girl's bike? It's not pink.
It's the bar. The bar goes down in the front.
The bar goes down in the front.
Yeah, so you don't hurt your privates when you try to get off if you're a guy. Or a girl either, I guess.
Yeah, I don't understand. So anyways,
a girl too.
So we were talking about this, and then our good friend Colleen said, hey, I've got a bike, and you can just have it.
Yep.
So she brought a bike over. It's a beautiful bike.
Gorgeous.
It's a what you call a beach cruiser. So it's exactly what I wanted in that I don't need to go fast. I don't want to hunch over like Quicksilver, you know.
A nice big seat for your big bottom.
It's got a big seat for my big bottom, thank you. And it's just, and what it does, it cuts the journey to work down to about 12 minutes. So it really does help, and it's not as much work as walking. Like, you pedal and you just coast for a while. So I've been riding this bike to work for, I don't know, a month and a half or so, and it's funny, the first time I took it out...
You've been doing it longer than that. It started in February.
Well, there you go then. So the first time I took the bike out, somebody tried to buy it from me, like right on the street. Some guy was like, "Yeah, I like your bike, man. You wanna sell it?" And I said, "No." And I said, "Are you a Sling Blade?" He's like, "I'm buying a bike," but I didn't sell the bike. So long story endless. I've been riding this bike to and from work like 2 to 3 days. Now, if there's an event going on after work that I have to go to, I don't ride the bike, because riding the bike means it's another 15 minutes after I get off work before I get home, and so it's easier for just have you pick me up there.
Yes.
So we do that as well. So there's a whole
Depends.
There's a whole
or
gamut.
If you open in the morning, then we all just leave a little earlier and take
Oh, yeah,
you first,
yeah.
then Josie, then Austin, then me. I'm in the car a lot.
Yeah, but you listen to the radio and that woman who has the weird quizzes.
Ellen K. I love her on the morning show.
103.5.
Yes.
But they're not like, who played Sean Connery's first mate in Hunt for Red October?
No.
Like, that would be, do you know the answer to that?
No.
It'd be Sam Neill. But her questions are more like, in a recent survey, women said they hate this most in their partner. And you're like, how am I supposed to know that? And she sometimes
always get it.
She takes like 30 calls before she gets the answer.
But I can never get through, ever.
Well, you shouldn't be dialing while you're driving anyways.
I have Josie for that.
To what? Drive or dial?
Dial.
You see Josie driving the car?
Yeah, no.
So anyways, the other night, I am coming home from work, and you're already home. You've already gotten home because I worked like till 7 or 8 o'clock. And you're there with the Simpsons.
I have company. I have the Simpsons
Yeah,
over.
Alan and Krista and his kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I made it all the way home. I was within 3 houses of home, and I completely wrecked my bike. Now, no, I crashed the bike. I didn't wreck the bike because the bike's fine. But
that's true. I think Alan had to fix the handlebars for you, but he did it.
Right. So I'm driving down the road, and I'm taking the last left turn to home. Like, I can see the house. And the old lady on the corner is always out doing her gardening. And what she does is she trims the grass on the median, not the median, but like right before the street. She trims it so well that there's a groove between the cement sidewalk and the grass. And the groove is just big enough for my tire. So I'm taking the turn, and I thought I had slowed down enough, and the wheel dropped into that groove, and it stopped, and I didn't. And I went over the handlebars, bringing the bike with me, and I slammed into that ground. Bam! I hit so hard that like in a cartoon, I went like, oof! Like the wind, oof, out of me. And my bag, my work bag with all my pins and my flash drives and everything went flying. And like I was flat on the ground. And I could see the house. So I'm laying there, and it's kind of like, it was like Titanic. You know, she's on that board at the end, and she can see help coming, but she just can't get the whistle to blow so that they know where she's at. So I'm like, I can see my house. And
in all fairness, although you were injured, Jeff has a bit of the dramatic in him.
Oh, I don't think anybody listening to the show doesn't know that.
So if he gets sick or hurt or anything,
right.
he goes a little bit overboard with his injuries.
Overboard.
Just a little
How
bit.
can I go overboard? It's not like I compared wrecking my bike to the Titanic, Rachel.
I'm
to the
sure,
Titanic.
Yes, you were hurt. But to the neighbor that witnessed it, they were going to call an ambulance. You were dying because of the way I'm sure you must have carried on.
I'm laying on the ground, and I never saw the guy's face because I was flush against the grass, and all I hear is, "Buddy, are you okay?" And I said, "What? What?" And he goes, "I'm your neighbor, the one with the dogs that barks all the time, and you need me to call an ambulance?" And I said, "Call." No. I'm gonna call my wife. And he goes, "Oh," and he sees all my crap everywhere. And I assume like maybe he handed me my phone, but he sees my name tag and he goes, "Oh, you work at Knott's." Like, you know what you do like when somebody's in a tragic accident? Keep them talking. Like he was trying to keep me talking, right? So I pick up the phone and I speed dial you. And
Make sure you get my part of the conversation in as a
Well, you're here.
Okay.
So I dial the phone and you go, "Oh, hey, honey," and I go, "Hello, I wrecked my bike."
I don't know if you said wrecked your bike.
Yeah.
There was a lot of heavy breathing
I
in
went,
the word bike.
"I wrecked my bike."
But I don't know if it was wrecked because I honestly wasn't sure if it was wrecked. Someone hit you with
Oh, yeah,
a car.
no, you have no idea.
Instant fear because you sounded half dead.
Right. So I said, "You gotta come help me." And what I meant was come out of the house and walk 30 feet to where I was.
By that point, I was already in. Like, my face lit up. My eyes went crazy.
Oh, yeah, and Alan sees you, yeah.
They're watching my face, and I'm just like, oh, my God, accident, hit by car, something with the bike.
Right.
That's all I'm thinking.
Well, because you've assumed since I got the bike that it was only a matter of time before I was either mugged, killed, or hit by a bus.
I'm not really a bike riding person.
No, I'm not a bike riding person.
Or an outdoor type of person.
Somebody asked me today at work if I've been hiking lately, and I said, I'm a writer. I write about hiking. I don't actually go hiking. But I don't have a choice in this matter. I have to get to work.
Went to the worst. Yes.
So you run out of that. Now, I can see this laying from the ground. I see you run out of the house.
You got to back up because you're missing the whole inside of the house.
Oh, please do.
The second I could get enough out of you to know that you either hit or fell on your bike. Something accident your bike.
Yeah.
My face is in crazy, like, oh my God, my husband's hurt.
Right, because the last time this happened, I called you from the Knott's Berry Farm restroom and said, I'm ill. They're taking me to the hospital.
There's a chicken on my head.
There's a chicken on my head.
You were crazy with a high fever.
And
then a paramedic got on the phone.
Right.
So then I confirmed.
And we lived 30, 40 minutes from Knott's, and I think you were there in about 15 minutes.
I think I was just going to say, I think I made it under 15.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah. So back to this one. So I did the same thing. I go into panic mode. And Christian and Alan as well, because they can see my face and how scared I'm getting, and I start telling them, bike, it's an accident. I don't know how bad it is. He sounds horrible. I have to go find him. He's on a corner somewhere. Because you just kept saying something about being on the corner.
I'm on the corner by the house.
Okay, there's a lot of corners in the world, babe. I'm assuming it's between here and Knott's.
But you could come out and just look and see the bike.
Didn't know if it was by Knott's. You didn't say that. I just heard a corner. So, Chris is like, oh my God, Alan, get the minivan. Follow Rachel so we can throw the bike in the van.
You guys all...
We were in running mode.
You run out of the house like firemen.
Yeah, I jump in the car.
Right. And I'm laying on the ground and I can see you guys. Again, it's like Titanic. I can see help, but they're not coming.
Well, I was pulling out the driveway. I pulled all the way to the street. That's what I noticed.
Don't drive anywhere. I know. I'm right freaking here.
But I still didn't think about it. Even when I saw how close you were, I still drove to you.
Yeah, and I was like, you don't need to drive anywhere. I'm right here.
Houses, and I drove because it got me there a half there faster now.
So
Alan was down there before I got there in the car.
Well, you had to park the car. You had to valet the car to come get me. So Alan comes over and he, thank God, picks the bike up off of me because I was pretzel tangled in it. And
I remember he tried to get you up, but you weren't ready yet.
No. I needed a few more moments on the ground. So I laid there a little while. Because here's the thing. Not only did I full body impact on my left hand, but the bike on top of me then, and knock the wind out of me. I mean, knocking the wind out of you already is like traumatic because it takes a minute to get your bearings again. If you're like, ooh, So Alan got the bike up and he sort of picked me up, and all I could think of was I must look just like Dark Helmet after he slams into the console where he goes, "Smoke him if you got him," and then he falls over. That's exactly what I look like. So Alan's looking at me, making sure, because everybody's assumed I've got a broken arm, a broken leg, I'm bleeding, and there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing visibly wrong with me. So Alan goes, hold on, there's a bug.
Is it a spider?
No, it was a flying bug.
It's not a spider?
Not a spider.
Oh,
so Alan looks at me and he goes, "I think you're okay, Jeff. I think it was just your ego that was bruised." And I looked at him and I said, "Oh, I work at Knott's, Alan. I don't have any not ego." He said pride. "It's just your pride." And I said, "Oh, I work at Knott's, Alan. I don't have any pride." So
I think he half carried you home.
Well, yeah. It looked like
Krista rolled the bike home, and I got back in the car.
Yeah, it looked like Forrest Gump taking Bubba out of the jungle.
I wish I had taken pictures.
I have to say, Bubba.
Why didn't I take pictures?
So you throw the bike, and I go in and lay on my bed, and all I could think of was the weekend that we moved here, and I ended up lying on the bed too from heat stroke. So I've had terrible luck getting injured here, but thankfully the bike was fine, not a problem. I didn't break any bones. I sprained my hand pretty bad, so I went and I got a brace for it, so I could work.
You also bruised one side of your face. It was all puffy and swollen.
Yeah. I look like I was wearing makeup for a while. Yeah. Women would kill for those kind of cheekbones. They asked me, "Is it Mac?" I go, "No, it's bike." But it was fine. The worst part was I would forget that my hand was hurt, and I would try to pick something up, and it would be just lightning bolts in my hand, right? Really tough. And it's tough, too, because I'm a writer. That's 50% of my letters are in the left hand. So I had to write a little slower the last, the week that it happened. So I went to bed, and the next day I I walked to work without a problem, not a problem. And about halfway through the workday, like it was sore, but I was dealing. I mean, I don't generally go to the hospital or anything unless it's an emergency.
No, even if I beg.
Right. Like, I was in the hospital from knots, and before that was when I had a kidney stone. I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Yeah.
But really, like, I don't like... I'm a normal, natural man. We don't like hospitals. So, halfway through the day, I kind of looked down at my hand, and I noticed that my fingers were swollen. And not
you
just...
sprained your hand. I don't know why I didn't think to take your ring off. Common sense, when you have a sprain, is to take any jewelry off.
Yeah,
why didn't we think of that?
It didn't occur to me. So my fingers ballooned up like sausages with my wedding band stuck in the middle.
Yep.
So I spent all day like every once in a while I would try to take the ring off. And then I would forget about it. And then I would try to take the ring off, right? All the while in the back of my head is that little song. You can't get your ring off. Your ring's not coming off. You can't get your ring off. And I'm like, you shut up, song. Don't talk to me like that. Can't get your ring off, huh? So I got home and I said, look, hey, honey, I can't get my ring off.
And I saw by then how bad it was.
Right. So
it was like turning blue and purple.
Right. So we did what you are supposed to do in these situations.
Well, we tried the basics first. Melt butter.
Yeah, we melted butter.
Yeah, that kind
we
of
put
stuff.
soap on it. And then we decided to get smart. And we did what everybody is supposed to do. We looked on YouTube.
We went on YouTube.
And YouTube told us to wrap elastic around my finger.
I cut my Mickey Mouse ears to get the elastic that goes under your chin.
Yeah.
Because I was so frazzled by them because I just kept watching his hand get bigger and bigger and change more colors. And I was so scared and stubborn over here. This was about 7 o'clock. And I'm like, let's go to the hospital. Tomorrow is my birthday party. We have to be at Disneyland bright and early. I don't want to go to the hospital late at night. Let's go to the hospital.
No, I'm not going. I was like, I'm not going to the hospital.
Stubborn would not go to the
hospital. It's not a big deal. So she wrapped in elastic, and you're supposed to wrap the finger like a mummy
to the top,
and then you put the elastic under the ring, and then you pull, and the elastic is supposed to always be putting pressure exactly where the ring is moving.
But it sort of worked.
What kind of worked, except
the ring moved
it didn't
down
work
further than we'd ever
Yeah, but it was my finger was.
And then it was at the knuckle.
My finger was so swollen
and you were
that
in pain.
It hurt. Yeah. Wrapping it was excruciating. So.
And did he go to the hospital after that?
No.
No. He made us go all the way to Walmart because he's still going to solve it on his own.
Right. So I did what every normal guy would do.
Oh, yeah.
I went to Walmart and I bought a hacksaw.
Yeah, that's normal.
So I took the hacksaw and I started
in the garage for an hour.
I started to saw my own ring off.
And just messed the heck out of your wedding ring.
Yeah, I did.
Well, I'm on the phone with the advice nurse at Kaiser because I know this isn't ending well and the hand is definitely going to die at any moment, changing colors. And she's advising me, please, at this point, go to an emergency room. Please. I said, do you hear her, honey? We're going.
I said, that woman doesn't know what she's talking about.
Everything she described was what your hand was doing. The reasons you need to see a doctor.
Okay, so I spent a little more time trying to cut the ring off. The problem is that I couldn't get a groove because the ring is rounded. I just couldn't get a groove going to cut it because I was willing to saw all the way through and risk cutting myself on the other end because that didn't seem like a big deal at that point. That was a small price to pay because, why? Because the whole time I'm doing this, the song in the back of my head is going, you got your ring. Oh, look, your ring. You started
having like an anxiety.
Your ring won't come off. Your ring won't come off.
Which I've never seen you do.
So,
like you were getting totally claustrophobic. I could tell that ring needed to come off. That's why only reason why you finally said,
so I said,
take me to the hospital.
Well, it's $150. I'm very cheap. If there's a way to do it myself.
Well, I thought it was only going to be $100. It was usually $100 to go to the emergency room. I don't know why we got extra
Obamacare. That's why it's $150.
It's worth $100. We have to go. Plus, it was just killing me that is your wedding band of 23 years that you have never, ever taken off that belonged to your grandfather.
It was the wedding ring he was buried
gorgeous ring. And you're just sawing away at it, destroying it more.
Well, I like my finger more than I like the
I know.
ring. So we drove, and here's the thing. I don't know. Somebody tell me when this happened, because I was going to do a whole diatribe on credit cards and the fact that now they have a chip in them. And nobody asked me if I wanted a chip in my card, because now it takes 10 times as long to check out. And here's the thing. Not everybody has the chip in their card. So the people behind you, they just think you are inept. Like you don't know what you're doing. Because everybody knows how to use the checkout thing. And I'm sticking the card in and taking it out. And
you don't wait for the little horrible sound that goes, that tells you when to take it out.
Sometimes
you don't wait for that.
No.
You take it out too soon.
No, because I stick it in.
No.
And will you shut up and listen to me?
I watched you do it.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
I do.
No, because sometimes you stick it in and the chance to put your PIN number never comes up because it's caught in a loop. No,
it takes a long time.
This is what I'm talking about. Nobody checked with me.
Especially at Target. It takes forever for that step to come up.
I want to swipe.
You have to put it in and just sit there and wait.
I want to swipe my card.
Well, you don't get to do that anymore.
Well, screw that.
How has that got anything to do with your finger? What are we talking about?
Because somebody changed the name of the emergency room to urgent care. Why did they do this?
We went to the emergency
What's the
room.
difference?
Urgent care is up to like 9 o'clock at night, but after 5 and the doctor is closed. It's at in-between time to try not to make everybody go to the emergency room. But if you go after 9, you have to go to the emergency room.
But it's the same room.
What we did. Yeah, but it changes. It's not
the
urgent
same
care,
room.
It's emergency room.
I hate changing names for no reason.
5 to 9, urgent care.
We're going to send you to urgent care. You mean the emergency room? No, urgent care. It's the same friggin' thing, and I'm not going to pay you because I got a chip in my card. Stupid chip. Target gave me a credit card that doesn't even have the magnetic strip. It only has a chip. Yeah. I don't want that chip, and I don't want urgent care. I want the emergency room like it was supposed to.
Lucky for you, we stayed long enough for it to become the emergency room.
And why do they have rocks on the ground for you to stand on?
Oh, that's the best part of Kaiser.
No, it's stupid.
Oh, I'm very organized.
Tell them what this is.
They have these little paths, like start here, wait here, and they're little rocks, little pebbles that you stand on and you move up every time.
It's supposed to be soothing.
It keeps people in line. It keeps order. It's very organized. Those little rock line waiting.
I don't follow any of that crap. I don't care. That's for sheep. So the whole ride to the hospital, to the emergency room,
yes.
I was completely freaking out over this ring.
Because you started panicking.
It won't come off. Get it off now. I got to get in. I said, I can't get there and sit in the waiting room for an hour. I am going to kill myself if I don't get this ring off. So we get there, and
it wasn't busy.
Well, yeah, it wasn't busy. But you know what they do is it's all designed psychologically to make it seem like they're helping you immediately. So you check in, and they go, "Oh, right this way." Right this way, and they do your blood pressure and your weight and all that, and then you're put in a room to wait. Yeah. So it's all these careful steps to placate you every step of. No. We're taking care of you. Well, you're not really. Well, we are. So the worst part of the whole night, even worse than having this friggin' ring stuck on my finger, is they shoved me in this room.
It was a nice emergency room. It even had TVs. I've been in work.
They shoved me in a room where you couldn't touch the TV. Now, this isn't the waiting room. This is the room.
Yeah.
And it was playing Friends back to back.
I didn't mind.
Oh, God, I wanted to kill myself. I really wanted to just kill myself. Who likes this show?
I do.
Oh, can you explain why this show is popular?
It's a chick show.
Oh, God. It was a show about
friends.
A couple's trying to have sex, and then Jennifer Aniston's trying to have sex with Tom Selleck, and there's only one condom. So they're trying to deal with each other as to which couple gets the condom.
Is that the episode you got?
Oh, I wanted to die.
I am a huge Jennifer Aniston fan, so she could do no wrong in my book anyway.
I can't stand that woman.
Well,
it exacerbated my situation. It made it worse.
Whatever.
So finally this guy comes in with a ring cutter. They actually have a special machine that takes the ring off your finger.
It's like a can opener.
It looks like a can opener. They shove a metal guiding rod under the ring so the blade doesn't get you, and then they just start turning a crank and grinding the ring down, grinding a groove into the ring
the whole time, and you have lots of bad words.
Well, listen, the ring is already super tight on my finger. The reason
the doctor said it was okay.
Oh,
he
yeah.
Said, oh, no, this is going to hurt. He told you that.
He told me that.
Right. He said, this is going to hurt, so you can
I said, you're not supposed to say that.
I thought that was pretty
Who
funny.
says that to a person?
But he was definitely saying it's the wrong person. I'm like, oh, no. Yeah, you opened up the floodgates and
right.
gave permission.
So he's Okay, the ring, I am in there because the ring is too tight, right? There's no room under the ring to get the ring off the finger. So do I have room in there for the metal guide rail? No, I do not. So the whole time the metal guide rail is doing damage to my finger. In fact, it just healed yesterday, right? So he's grinding, and this is not quick because I sat through 2 episodes of Friends while he did this. Oh, I just wanted to die. Friends?
I was able to call Laura, go online, post pictures of you cussing as they were doing it. I got a lot of stuff done. And
I had to endure this show where these people drink coffee and talk about insipid things. And then Matt LeBlanc fell in an elevator or something. As if soap operas are done like improv, where nobody knows what's going to happen next without any rehearsal. Who watches this stuff? And every sideways glance they give, the audience guffaws like it's the funniest thing they've ever seen. Oh God!
It's called a sitcom.
Oh, I know. My whole life's a sitcom. And to make matters worse, okay, he finally ka-chunk breaks through the ring, takes the saw off, and then they pry it apart a little bit, right? And while this is going on, we have segued now, because it's midnight, Friends is over, and now it's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Oh, God. This is the only way it could have gotten worse. You know, here's a little story. Like, oh, you gotta kill me. Kill me now. Who watches this stuff? They just stand there and go, well, I don't know. And everybody goes, wah! And I'm just like, the whole time thinking, I'm trapped in hell. This is my version of hell.
And it gets worse because we don't get to leave. We were literally trapped.
No, okay, wait. So the guy comes to me and he goes, we're having a little trouble getting the ring off. So he describes what they're going to do to me. They're going to wrap surgical thread used in sutures around my finger as tight as it can go. And I said, we've already tried that at home. Well, now the ring's been pulled apart. I said, you know what? Because this doesn't sound pleasant. This is like what Ali Sheedy does to her finger in Breakfast Club. And that's not pleasant. I don't want my finger to turn purple. It's gross. Stop. No. So I looked at the guy and I just went, and I pulled the ring off. Boink. It went boink. So I said, okay, at that point I'm like, because earlier the guy had taken my blood pressure. And it was sky high. And he goes, are you okay? I said, no, I'm not okay. I'm having a complete panic attack over this ring. So get this ring out. So I said, okay, I'll take a deep breath, a cleansing breath, and then take my blood pressure again. So he did, and it was fine. I'm not dying. So the guy goes, I said, can I get the ring, please? We're going to get out of here. And he goes, oh, no, wait. So he makes a big production out of putting the ring in a specimen jar that they use for urine. Clean. It was clean. And then he starts sweeping all of the shavings.
Because that's gold. White gold.
I know, but it was like, what am I going to do with that? Pan for gold at knots?
You can take it all to the ring guy and have him...
Yeah, I know. And I'm sure, and I know that somewhere somebody yelled I only got my ring back and not the shavings. Yeah. But at that point, I was so relieved to get that ring off my finger, I simply didn't care. Plus, like Rachel said, the clock is ticking. Tick, 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 tick. Because we're going for a full day at Disneyland the next day. It's not like I'm even going to work. Because at work, I could find moments to rest. We're going to Disneyland for 12 hours. So, and again, not only is the ring tight and I've gone through all this, but I've just fallen off the bike. Like, I'm still in a lot of pain. I don't take, what kind of drugs do I take, Rachel? Nothing, ever. But I was on Advil, right? Because of this pain, which, I mean, if I'm taking Advil, I am in pain. I am in a lot of pain. So we go and we pay the $150 bill.
Yes.
Because I didn't want to be billed. Because if it's billed to me, I'm never going to pay it. And it's just going to be a ding on my credit. So I just paid it. And the lady goes, well, you need to go back to your room until the doctor signs you out, releases you. So we go back to our room, and I see this guy on a gurney wearing like just his underwear, and he's hurling into a trash can like, and I get ill right away. Like, I don't want to see that. Naked men don't do nothing for me. Naked vomiting men don't do nothing for me. And the doctor, he's got his hands full with this guy. So I turn to Rachel, so what do we wait, like 10 minutes? 10 more minutes of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The only saving grace, it was the episode where they go to the Playboy Mansion. So there were a lot of bikini girls. So I was like, okay, this is at least something. Except when you go, all these women are now in their late 40s, early 50s. So anyways, I turned to Rachel and I said, we have to go to Disneyland tomorrow, right? And what did she say?
Yes.
So we just left. I just left. I said, I've already paid my bill. It's not like I'm skipping out.
We kept asking to be signed out. They kept telling us to wait. So we finally just got up and walked out.
I have the ring. It's time to leave Mordor. So we left.
You snuck out the back.
Snuck out the back and got the hell out of there, and then celebrated your birthday at Disneyland for the first of like 6 birthday celebrations. It was lovely.
Yay.
It was very lovely. So
you never celebrate your birthday enough.
I actually I have not been back on the bike since, but that's not for lack of trying. Just things have not worked out. For those of you asking, yes, my hand feels a lot better. I've not repaired the ring yet.
I know.
Rachel, Rachel assumes that the minute the ring is off, women just are flocking to me. That's not the case, though.
It's just you've wore it for 23 years, so it's
yeah.
Weird
So I think I've done that.
Oh, okay. We're not allowed to wear mine anymore either, right? I've done that. I kind of not think that's how it's working.
I didn't mean to take it off.
Oh.
But it really... You should have if you'd taken it off when I fell off the bike...
Oh, so it's my fault.
No, you've been injured more than me.
Oh, I see.
You've wrecked your bike before, right?
I was hit by cars. Twice. But I did not wreck the bike. They wrecked me.
I didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on me.
I didn't fall into something. A car hit me. Both times. It gave me no choice.
This sounds like people listen to Howard Stern. They were talking to Mark Harris, who's very openly gay, and he goes, well, I've known I was gay for years now. Baba Booey, you had a gay experience. And Gary goes, I was molested, Mark. And he goes, well, you know what I mean. So you were wrecked on your bike, right?
Yes, twice.
Okay, so the lesson learned is I'm going to go out in the street making that turn and not try to circumvent that woman's groove she's cut in her yard. Thanks to Alan for walking my ass home. Thanks to Rachel for trying to give me a lift home, which I thought was nice, even though I was within walking distance. I keep the bike in our garage, which has an automatic door. So Rachel doesn't know this, but every time I open the garage in the morning to get the bike, I pretend I'm Pee-wee and I go, good morning, I'm here.
I am not surprised at all.
And in my mind, I can hear the music. So the best part about this story, and the reason there's even an episode about it, because it's it's funny I fell off the bike, right?
Yeah.
It's funny. And Rachel wanted to be here for the episode. But no, the real reason we have this episode is I have this feature on my phone that can record phone calls. And I actually, when I fell off the bike and called you, I recorded the call. So I have me on the ground calling Rachel, I fell off my bike. So I'm going to play that for you at the end of the show.
My sheer panic in real
Panic.
life.
Yeah, you were panicked. So we're going to play that at the end of the show. But before we go, it's very important that I let you know that we are running a GoFundMe page. 91 Reasons in association with Q11TV. Let's try that again because Rachel's coughing.
Sorry, I'm sick.
91 Reasons in association with Q11TV and Robbie DeVillas. We are trying to put together a campaign, or we have put together a campaign, and the goal is to make a Don Berg animated short or a series of them. Now, I can do Don Berg's voice all day. What I can't do is animation. So, Robbie knows this amazingly talented guy who does animation. Now, if you go to GoFundMe and search Jeff Tucker, 91 Reasons, or Don Berg, the campaign will come up. You can watch the video where I appeal to you to donate. And at the very end, you can see a snippet of Don Berg in animated form talking to Yaki Berg going, hello, hello. It is hysterical. We are right now at about $250, which is halfway to an episode. It's only $500 to do an episode. So if you have $5 or $10 and you want to contribute, that would be the greatest thing ever. We've had a number of people contribute. I can't remember them offhand. I will do a Facebook post, and in the next episode, I will make sure I mention those people because they're near and dear to us for trusting us by giving us their money. We do have a time box you can earn by donating $50. You can even you can be producer on a full episode, and I will put you in the episode if that's what you want. So it's all up to you. We are working feverishly to get this up and running. It's slow going, but what are you going to do? It is Don Berg, the animated series. It is hysterical. Hold on, wants to say Don. You want to say Don Berg as a cartoon, Rachel?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I used to hang out with Scooby-Doo all the time. Oh, yeah. Because we're going to do like Squeeze the Lemons, Yaki Bird, Six Squares, you name it. Don Berg cartoon. It's the greatest thing ever. And we're going to try to get... the animated character design is hysterical, so I want to get him on T-shirts and magnets and stickers and the whole bit, because who doesn't love a little Don Berg in their life? You love Don Berg, right?
I love him.
What's your favorite Don Berg story?
Well, I didn't live during your time. I have my own Don Berg
I know, your
stories.
own Don Berg stories.
So, a fight we had on Easter about a parking space.
So, you parked the car.
Yes.
And what happened? He
was
didn't
in
like
the wrong spot.
You got your car in the wrong spot.
Yes.
Gotta move it.
It was Easter, and there was no one there. And loved all the regular roommates that normally are there. There was no reason not to be able to park there, but it was World War whatever.
Oh, you gotta move the car.
Because of where that car was.
Don't leave the car there, Rachel. I told you.
Yeah.
Move it now.
That and the snake. Snake in the freezer.
He kept the snake in the freezer. I told that story. Don't touch my snake in the freezer. I'm gonna make a hot bag out of it. Now, when we met Berg back September, you wanted to help him.
He was so old and fragile, and
Well, he still is.
he just looked more pitiful.
So do you want to see a Don Berg cartoon? More than anything in the world.
I want to see it with Don Berg.
Was sitting next to him? So he can go, what the hell is this?
Yes.
It's a cartoon of you, Don. What? Doo, doo,
Pretty
doo.
much.
I don't know. Doo, doo. Zafra, what's this all about? What's going on? All right, so check us out on GoFundMe. If you can't find it, then email me or contact me on Facebook. I have a Jeff Tucker personal page. There's a 91 Reasons page. On Twitter, I am at the Sixth Key, TheSixthKey. We have lots of stuff for you to do. Leave us a review on iTunes, please. 5 stars goes a long way. GoFundMe. We have a Patreon page where you can support the show and have your own episodes. We are all over the place. And if you want a time box, let us know. We will send you a time box for a really small donation to the show. And Rachel herself put those time boxes together.
Yes.
You like it, right?
Many hours upon hours of putting time boxes together.
That's right. And we still have a bunch of them. We're going to make some more. A time box is a little assortment of stuff from the 70s, 80s.
Yeah, you never know what you'll get.
It's all old stuff. They love it. Oh, yeah, I love it. You can't have a time box, Don. Well, why not? Because you won't even, you'll just take it and put it in with all your crap. Oh, yeah, I collect it. I'm going to take it on the bottom of the arsenal. What? I'm going to take it and put it on the arsenal. You're going to take it and put it in the arsenal? That's what I'm going to do. Oh, my God. I'm arguing myself now. It's like he's here. Oh, Jeffrey fell off his bike. Can't ride your bike, huh? You going to make fun of me for riding my bike? No, I'll make fun of you for crashing your bike. Just because the old lady on the corner cuts her grass too good. Why would you say that? Oh, I'm going to cut your ring off. Going to have an affair. Don't say that. Rachel doesn't like when you say that. Is she going to have an affair, Rachel? Oh, yeah. Well, a nurse. The nurses were men, Don. Well, I don't know. You could be gay. I'm not gay. Everybody's gay nowadays. Transgender, gay. You could be everything. I don't know. Thank you, Don. Don Berg, everybody. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. I fell off my bike. Here comes the it's coming up. Here comes the telephone call of me on my bike. So listen.
Hello?
You come to the corner.
To the corner? Where are you? Are you okay?
Corner. I fell off my bike.
Okay, which corner?
Close one.
Close
Yeah,
one
I'm all right.
Not
Thanks.
R Street?
Yeah, I'm all right. No, my wife's right here.
Okay, I'm coming.
I took the turn wrong.
I'll be right back, okay?
Thanks.
Yeah, he fell on his bike somewhere. I don't know. I'll be right back. I swear.
Okay.
Okay,
No,
I'm coming. Jeff, do
Yeah.
you want Alan to take the car here?
Oh my
Here, they have
God,
a
it scared the
minivan.
crap
Take
out
the
of me.
car.
Oh my
What
God.
corner he's on?
Oh.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming. Let me see. Oh, look. Okay. Corner towards Knott's, right?
Yeah, I'm laying right here on the street.
Okay, I'm coming. I'm pulling out the driveway right now.
You're driving a car in the wrong direction.
Oh, he's right here.
I said
He's literally...
corner. Thanks, dude.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Well, there you have it. That's me falling off my bike. The funny parts to me are when it's ringing, you can hear me like breathing heavy, and then you can hear you go, he fell off his bike on a line in the street.
I said on the corner towards Knott's, and you said yes.
I go, yeah. Well, I just
You're
fell
giving
off.
me wrong directions. No wonder I took the car.
You asked what corner. I said the close one.
You said the corner by
The close one. And I'm like, I'm laying right here in the street. And then at that point where you go, oh, he's right there. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in and enduring my falling off my bike story. Another ridiculous episode. Another ridiculous episode. I'm Jeff, and you are...
Rachel.
And we're proud to present another ridiculous episode of 91 Reasons. 91 Reasons. Oh, yeah.
Thanks for listening to 91 Reasons. Please subscribe and leave a review on iTunes. Find us on Facebook. Is anyone even still listening?
Testing.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.